Welcome to my workshop. It's a little cold here in my workshop. I don't have any heat and it's the day after Christmas. It's December and it's, cold. However, I do have a little project that I need to do. My granddaughter made this. She's in grade 2. And it's on a 2x4. And we like to hang this up on the wall. However, there is no means of connecting this to the wall short of drilling a hole all the way here. But I don't want to drill any holes here in the beautiful designs that she did. So what I'm going to do instead is make a keyhole here on the back, such that I can attach this to the wall using, a keyhole and a screw. And I'm going to do that using my rudder. And we're going to go through the steps here, now. The first thing I want to do is mark on the back here exactly where I want that keyhole to be. And this is just strictly a 2x4, and I didn't even know how long it is. So let's make some measurements. So it's 12 inches long. So I figure we'll put a keyhole, looks like let's put it at 2 inches, such that the screw is here at the 2-inch mark. So I'm going to do a little sketch. Little sketch on this. I don't want to put this down and damage it too badly. It's going to be a little challenging, I'd say. So let's go down here about the 2-inch mark. Oh. Come on now. Approximately here. At the 2 inches, I'm going to look something like this. Let's see. Something like that. So I have a larger hole at the bottom here, and then a little slot, a keyhole, and I'm going to hang it from the 2-inch mark. The next thing I need to do is, find the center of this. So I made a little jig. Here it is. And it's basically a bar or a flat piece of wood. 3 holes, one in the center for the pencil and 2 at either end. These are equally distance apart. And I'm going to place this, again, it's going to be a little hard to do because, I can't clamp anything here with all these ornaments. I'm going to put it on here, twist it over. And that will pinpoint the center. What I'm going to do here is just simply somehow hold all of this together, scribe a line while everything is still straight, scribe a line forward, and there is my line. Now that'll be the center of the 2x4. I just need to extend that line further using one of my other multi-tool here. Let's see, I'm gonna, I'm going the wrong way. And I want to put you down. I need more hands, that's what I need. There we go. I'm just going to extend that line up to the 2-inch mark. I almost had it there. And make an X. And when I drew my picture, I'm just a little bit off. But I'm going to put right here at that X. That's where I'm going to make my keyhole and stop it at the 2-inch mark. So the way I'm going to make that keyhole is, the keyhole bit from my rudder. Here's what it looks like. So I'm going to plunge this into the wood and then go across a little bit such that it makes a hole in the beginning and then it makes a little tunnel underneath. I'm going to use my router for this. And here is my router. This is an ancient router. Again, I'm a Craftsman fan. You can see here, this is my Craftsman router. Don't even know if they make these anymore at Craftsman, at least this design. There's much lighter routers today, much more powerful than this one, easier to use. But this is my old clunker. I'm going to place this into the chuck. Snug it up, and then I'm going to have to use a router table. Let's see here. I'll do all this here while it's still unplugged. And I'll do the fine tuning on the router table. On my wrench, I put on here which way to turn the wrench, left, right, left, right. So I know whether I'm tightening or loosening this. So I want to tighten it. Let's see, I'm going to tighten. Oh, I got an L and a T, my mistake. So tighten goes that way. I need to lock that chuck. Rotate that chuck so it's locked. There we go. And well, like I said, I got loosen and tighten. My mistake. It's L and T, loosen and tighten. So tighten this way. Make sure that is properly seated into that chuck. Looks like about an inch long shaft. So I'll go in 3/4. Make sure it's properly seated. Tightening it up. There we go. Looks just about right. It has some height to it. You can't see it there. What I need to do now is mount this on my router table. So here it is. Here's my router table. In a prior video, I talked about this, where I found it on the side of the road on a garbage day during the walk one summer. And this is made by Mastercraft, Canadian Tire Special. Here it is. Now to take this Craftsman and put it into this Mastercraft. Takes a little bit of doing, and I had to do some modifications here to the base in order to give me the height that I needed. So I'll do all of that, and I'll be right back in a couple of moments. Took a little bit of doing, but I mounted my router here on the router table. And I got a piece of scrap 2x4, make some measurements, and here's my my bit right here. Here's the fence that I have, and I want to go down the center of this 2x4. If I move the fence all the way to the right, you'll notice that the bit is here, and it doesn't come down the center of this 2x4. So I'm going to have to remove this fence and come up with another fence, such that when I do the actual cut, it's going to be in the center of the 2x4. So I placed the fence here. The original fence that comes with the table was too short. It didn't give me enough room this way going outward. So I placed this fence on here such that I have enough room such that I can cut in the center of a 2x4. I made up this little block and I put some marks on here, centering it up, and I'm just eyeballing right there, the center. All it's left to do now, well, there's the fence, you can see. I'm going to place a 2x4 here. I'm going to plunge down and drag it towards me. I put an arrow here so I know which way I'm going. Plunge down, drag towards me. a small amount. I'm going to put some stop blocks in a moment, but not yet. Maybe if they fit. Well, let's do a test cut. I got here a much larger 2x4. Obviously, I can't test cut this little guy. So I'm going to plunge down, drag towards me, and see if I have a notch right there where I want it to be. It is, well, noisy. So even though I got this hat on, give myself a little extra protection, because these routers, they are exceptionally noisy. Now to stop the router, otherwise I'm going to continue to cut as I try and remove this. Come on, baby, there we go. And that's what it ought to look like. Boy, is that ever crooked. There we go. So I'm going to have to work on keeping it straight, coming towards me. So I'll do another test run here in a minute. I want to check that, make sure that this fence is square to that bit. Looks good this way. Completely square. So I'm going to guess that possibly that 2x4 is a little off, or I was pushing to one side, and that's highly possible. That away. Let's do another test cut. See if there's anything here. I want to keep it against that fence and just drag towards me. All right, here we go. As funny as it looks, it is still cold. So off we go. And that's much better. Okay, so nothing left to do now except, well, the actual piece. So here's the piece, and I want to make that keyhole on the back. I put a piece of tape along the top here. Show you. And I put some couple of black marks so I know how far to go. It looks like about 3/4 of an inch. So there's nothing left to do except to, well, do it. take this apart. Well, I've done better. So I've looked at this and reviewed the video that I made, and I can see that I pushed just slightly off to one side, giving me this angle, then I pushed it back, giving me that kind of a shape. Still, you know, it works. I could fill all that in and do it again, maybe put another fence on this side so instead of moving it all straight. But, well, this is me. So I'm going to keep it. And let's see if it actually does work on a wall. And here is the piece that my granddaughter made. And on the wall here is the screw. So let's see if this will hang, even though it is slightly crooked. But I believe it will do the job. I just need to find it. There we go. Come on, there we go. Where are you? And there it is. And it works just fine.